Yes. Good morning, everybody. Let's see. We got microphone off, mute. We got camera on. Just doing a quick look here. Give a couple minutes to connect. This is a kind of impromptu live. I wasn't scheduled to be one, but I'm actually in a hotel with some decent internet. So I thought someone was reaching me out to me and said, "Hey, when's your next live?" And I was like, you know what? Let's go ahead and just do one this morning. So here we are. We're live from Naval, Philippines. Beautiful, right? Remote section of Billy Ren. I'll just give people just a couple minutes here to see. I know it's impromptu, so I'm not sure who will be kind of joining, but let's just give a couple minutes here. I just want to check something else out too, really quick. Actually, I can do it from here. 1 second. Yes, we'll just give folks a couple minutes. I don't know how long I'll be on because we're looking to do some island hopping. So yeah, but we'll try. We'll see. 1 second. Just want to check. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Just looking at something real quick while we give folks a moment to connect. Live here from Naval, Philippines. Beautiful, right? Let me show you guys too. Add the stage. Show you on the map kind of where I'm at. Right here, beautiful part of Leyte on this island called Billy Ran Island. Just gorgeous too. I mean, just amazing. I did this road. So Chad and I are here, and we're kind of wandering around. And this road right here is just unbelievable. So beautiful. Just gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I'm just kind of right now scouting a lot of it, and we'll be probably documenting a lot of that coming forward. Just right now, I'm just seeing where the really cool routes are. But this is where we're at right now, down here in Naval. And a bigger part of Leyte. Sorry, I don't have my mouse, so it's moves kind of fast or not at all. So that's kind of where we're at in the scope of it. You got Leyte here, you got Samar, here's Cebu, and then of course Luzon with Manila up here to the top. So right here in Billy Ran Island, just really remote, and you can see a lot of these little islands right here. Just gorgeous, man. Just absolutely stunning. I did go out to this. It's called Maripipi Island. Just looks like a big volcano, right? Beautiful island. And then I was only there for like, I don't even know, 15 minutes really, because we were hopping over to this island, which is, I mean, just look how tiny that is. And it is. I think I posted a picture of that on my Instagram. So in my video descriptions on all those should be links to my Instagram and Facebook. And I'll post pictures and stuff like that to those platforms. But yeah, out here in Leyte and just gorgeous, man. I did the waterfall video, whatever, 4 or 5 days ago, and shot that, and just beautiful, right? We did a couple more waterfalls yesterday, and we're looking to do, like I said, potentially some island hopping today. Just kind of got some things in the works. We're kind of been struggling a little bit with just kind of logistics of things. So, but yeah, we're getting that going. Yes. Just kind of get to comments here. Like I said, I don't know how many people will show because I didn't really post anything or that. So it might be kind of a small live. And I don't know what kind of time we have because I think we might be heading out this morning. So we'll take a look. Just keeping an eye on that as well. Let's see. All right. Yes. What's going on? Well, beach life, traveling around the Southern Leyte, riding around, exploring this part of the Philippines, and it's just beautiful. So I'm really looking to get a place out here, maybe in Naval, maybe in Ormoc. You can get a really inexpensive apartment and just stay, right? Spend 2 or 3 months out here, just kind of riding around, traveling around. I really kind of see doing that. And now I might not do that till next year, but that's kind of what I'm looking to do. And just kind of, because it's just so beautiful here. I mean, like every 10 minutes, I got a holy mackerel coming out of my mouth because it's just so breathtaking. And I'll be putting out videos on that too. Like I said, really, I've been scouting it, right? I don't really kind of want to roll the camera and then just be like, oh, that's beautiful and that's beautiful, right? I kind of want to find these spots and then go back and kind of shoot them, right? And then figure out ways to add the drone in on that. So kind of that's what's been happening, is really just kind of scouting it out. The other thing kind of about this is what I'm doing. I really envision doing motorcycle tours with a group of guys or whatever group of people, right? So this is a scouting trip in that regard too, where I'm just kind of looking at these routes, and I would like to have, whatever, 3 or 4 motorcycles, and have guys come in, and we'll come out and tour, right? We'll come do some tours. We can set up whatever 4 or 5 day tours. We can do 2 week tours, just kind of tour around. And so that's kind of a lot of what this trip is about, as well as kind of scoping that idea out and kind of making that kind of true. And then, like I said, I rode into Palampan, another amazing area. So I'm just kind of looking at these routes, right? Let's go out to the map, because I want to show you guys another area that I rode that was just unbelievably breathtaking. So I rode, so down to Naval, down south. Oops. Sorry, like I said, I don't have my mouse. I'm just using the trackpads. Yeah, so this area right down here at Palampan, look at this road right through here. It is just amazing, right? And you can see all the little switchbacks in there. Oh, breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. So I'm really kind of scouting out those roads and stuff to kind of, take a bunch of guys on, whoever wants to go, kind of deal, right? And we'll set it all up through the community group. We'll schedule rides and stuff to kind of ride through there. Yeah. So yeah, things are going good. Things are going well. Yeah, trip's going well. It's a little bit of an adventure, but it's going well. Hey, Xavier, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's good to see you. Yeah, life on the road is good, man. This guy does it all the time, man. He's been traveling all over the Philippines for, for several months or a year or whatever. I ran into you, Xavier, in Bohol, and you were touring around there. So if you guys aren't checking out his channel, definitely give him a look. He's really talented, really skilled with his editing, and he's got a drone. He's got all the gear, and he's out traveling around vlogging. So definitely check him out. Yeah, it's great to see you live. Yes, yeah, no, I appreciate it, man. It's actually it's nice to be here, right? It's been, I don't even know, maybe 2 or 3 weeks since I've done my last live, and I really enjoy it, man. I do enjoy the lives. I think it's a good way to connect. I don't know how the connectivity is going to be. I'm in a hotel, but it looks like it's actually pretty decent. So yeah, it's great. Yeah, and I'll be putting out more content. I'll be putting out more of that kind of travel stuff. No, we actually, gosh, we split up quite a while ago. Really, it was. I mean, it was really kind of over I don't even remember. Was that late October, early November? And then really that last kind of month was just trying to get her home safely. So yeah, we broke up a long time ago, really. How's it going? Yes, you still in Lete? Yes. Looks like you're in a good spot. Yes, man. It is, dude, it is really, really good. It's such a difference, right? Such a difference from province dating to city dating. We're kind of, I'm just not used to the kind of the game or the chase of it. I'm honestly, I'm at a point where I'm like, I think I'm just gonna travel solo. It's so much easier. Oh, but it's fun, man. It is fun. I mean, these are kind of good problems to have in a lot of ways, right? But it is a challenge, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm then like, I'm just, yeah. But it's fun, man. It's fun, but the scenery, the absolutely gorgeous scenery that's here, and it really is a great time of year to be here in this part of the Philippines, because they're less prone to have any kind of big storms come through. So yeah, just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful area. Yeah, no, hey, thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, brother. No, I really do. I'm learning, man. I wasn't a photographer or videographer before. I was kind of a photographer by hobby. I got into photography during COVID. I bought a really nice Fujifilm X-T3 with a couple of kit lenses, which I don't carry because it's too much gear and I don't have any room. But I've been a photographer now for a hobby for the past several years. So I'm really still kind of learning. And then, but I was an IT guy by trade for 25 years in the legal industry. So, so this is just fun, just out kind of doing it. But I'm really excited about, learning more about videography and photography, and really kind of bring that to my channel and just try to bring you guys kind of the best quality content out there. I'm a little bit sterile, I think. I mean, I try to joke. I do joke, but I get that I'm kind of boring in a lot of ways. So I'm really working on giving you guys better images. I've been told like my voice kind of puts people to sleep or relax them, and it's not super monotone, but I don't know, man. But anyways, I'm having fun. Appreciate it. Appreciate you being there. Yeah, great idea. Yeah, man. Absolutely, right, Xavier? Wouldn't that be fun? Just kind of get a group of guys and kind of travel around. Yeah, right? Yeah, good times. Where you gone? Where am I going? We're looking to maybe go out to Maripipi and that other island next to that, and film that. But we're trying to figure out. There's some logistics with kind of how we're getting who's going and what. So we're just really trying to figure that out. 1 second here. If I was 10 years younger, I'd join you. Yeah, well, they could be easy trips, and we're actually maybe looking to have a car to join. So like ideally, what I would do is we'd have whatever 4 or 5 bikes, and then we also have a car to carry gear, and then of course people who may or may not want to ride. So that's kind of the big long-term goal. So I do want to accommodate everybody who wants to go. There we go. Hey, Dean, what's up, brother? It's good here. It's good here. Yeah, man. Hey, gamer. What's up, man? How you doing up there? Hope all is well. What's up, Hex? Yeah, man. Yeah. Oh, thanks, man. No, I'm doing good. I'm doing well. One of the things actually that I think has been a big impact for me, I thought it was sitting right here, is I bought 1 second, let me show you. I bought a mouthpiece. And I know I kind of look like Joe Rogan, but because I think he promotes this crap. But anyways, dude, this is so I was kind of, after my motorcycle accident, I was diagnosed with a little bit of sleep apnea, right? Like I was in the hospital and the nurse was like, hey, you know what? You might want to get checked out. So I went and got checked out, did the whole sleep study, whatever. And the doctor's like, they said, yeah, you know what? You have mild. So you want to start with a mouth apparatus to kind of see where that goes. So I got this, like, I don't even know, a couple months ago. And this thing has been great, man. I feel like I sleep so much better. So I'm really digging that a lot. So yeah, no, I'm feeling good. Feeling really good. A lot, mostly because I feel like I'm just getting better quality sleep, right? Connectivity is good. Hey, thanks, brother. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm surprised actually at this hotel. So staying at the crap, I don't even know what the name of it is, as usual, right? Me Residence. Yeah, this place. Yeah, I like it. It's got good internet, and I think it's around 1,000 a night. So I'll shoot this in a video. It's tiny, right? It's tiny, but I like it. We were staying at the Chad and Scott. That's the other thing, man. So I'm traveling with Chad Foster. If you don't already watch his channel, definitely check out Chad Foster Explorers. But also Scott, regular guy. He's in town too. So the three of us are kind of around, but we haven't really connected other than kind of in passing. But they're at the Hotel Benjamin, which is I was at. Dude, that place was super cheap. It was like, I think I was paying 600 pesos a night. And what's the math on that? 1 second. Let me convert that out. Convert dollars to pesos. 600. That's like $10 a night, guys. I was paying $10 a night at that hotel. Freaking dirt cheap. This one's just over 1,000. But I like it here because it's got internet. What's 1,000? Yeah, so less than $20, right? A night. That's why it's so cool, man. You can just travel around here for easy. What city are you living in now? So I still have my place in Cebu City. I'm still technically living there, but I'm traveling around. But I really like it here in Naval, and honestly Ormoc too. And I was talking to my friends that I've met, and they're saying, Chris, you can get a place here for, whatever, 5,000 pesos a month. So 5,000. Let's pull that up. What do we got? 1, 2, 3. That's like $88, right? For $88 a month, you can get an apartment out here. So what I'm thinking is I might get an apartment out here, and then kind of float back and forth, or use this area as a base to kind of explore, to deep dive into some of these cooler places that are here. There's really a lot I feel in the Naval region, and just super beautiful. I'm gonna scout out the place when I leave my boat next month. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man. I think Naval is absolutely gorgeous, and Billy Ron in general. You're gonna be see a lot of content coming out of here as I kind of explore more of it. Like I said, I'm just really kind of scouting it and finding these peak spots to shoot. Guys, I was driving. I'm gonna show you here in a second at the stage. I was driving when I'm not as really good with the trackpad. I apologize. Let's see how I want to get up. There we go. So this section right in here, the center island, man, this road right through here that goes in between the islands. I'll shoot that with you guys. It was stunning with just these coconut trees and the really mountainous terrain and beautiful road. And the roads have actually been surprisingly well. I have had no problems with the roads, all paved. You know, you got your occasional pothole and parts that are kind of washed out, but the road quality has been great. You know, I feel with a decent, with a ADV bike, you'd have no problems at all. None. I'd like an ADV bike with a little bit better suspension on it for some of those situations. And, you know, I feel like I could be all day in the saddle on that versus the bike I'm in now. The riding triangle is kind of small, and I struggle after actually a couple hours. I'll buy a pickup. Yeah, let's go, man. You could be the driver in the vehicle. Let's do it. Yeah, I got born into. Yeah, I know that drive. Oh man, yeah, you know the life, brother. Yeah, I get you. Trust me, I get that world. But you know what's interesting, brother, and that is that what I'm discovering about the Philippines, it's not as a drinking culture is kind of what we're used to in the West. It's not. We would go to these events and hang out, and there'd be nobody drinking. There'd be no alcohol served. Now you do have, you know, alcoholics like I am, and it sounds like you are. But you do have guys that are that, but they're to themselves, right? They're on their porch, they're drinking, they're that kind of deal. It's really different. You don't have like the social alcoholics, you know, right? You don't have that. You don't have people kind of out. At least I just maybe I don't really necessarily see it because I don't go to bars. But probably in Cebu, I would notice you'd have guys that would go to the bars every day. But it's really interesting that it's really not a drinking culture. And dude, congratulations for you. I know that world. So yeah. Do you ever watch Itchy Boots? She's one of the. Yes, I do know her. Yes, I have seen her. I don't really watch her too much, but I know absolutely who she is. I was a big fan of her Himalayan 450 stuff that she did because she got a bike right away, right? Because who she is, and she did a lot of stuff with Royal Enfield, and I believe that was her first bike when she was kind of getting her channel started. Anyways, I did watch a lot of her stuff as she did those initial reviews on that 450 Himalayan. So yeah, I'm really familiar with hers. And I also look to her too as far as vlogging from a motorcycle and kind of how she kind of pulls that off kind of deal. So yeah, I watch her a little bit. Yeah, absolutely. Have you? Yes, I've been to Jillo's. That place is great, man. Yeah. I've been there a lot, actually. I go there almost once a day now. There's another place that a guy was telling me about that I should go to. It's on the kind of near that area. But yes, absolutely. I've been to Jillo's. Really, really great little restaurant. So he's talking about a place here in Naval. It's just a good restaurant that's right here. You can look it up. It's on Google Maps. Highly recommend it. Yeah, I was at the Tourist Inn last year. Okay. Yeah. I like it out here a lot. I really, really do. Yeah. Details, please, my sleep. God, sleep. Okay, yeah. I love to appreciate the live shows. Thanks. Yeah, man. So yeah, this is just I don't know where the actual container is. 1 second. It's actually, and I got a wireless mic so I can talk and be off camera. But it's actually I think it's for TMJ, and what it does is it eventually fixes. I don't know where the container's at. Sorry, man. I do need to find it at some point though. But it fixes the problem because it's almost like braces where it widens out your jaw. It widens out your jaw. So it's a permanent fix. And I'm going to go through 3 different phases of this. So I looked at this in the United States and it wasn't covered under insurance. So it was going to cost me, I think it was around 8,000 US or 4, I can't remember how much, maybe 4, I can't remember. It was super expensive, I thought. But I come here and I think it was 25,000, maybe 50,000 pesos to do the same deal. So I'm going to have 3 different night guards. This is the first one. It kind of gets your mouth used to it. So you look a little bit funny, right? Like I feel like I'm playing football again in high school. Now, hold on. But it's super easy. And I sleep so much better, even just with this first phase of it, because what it's doing is it forces me to like close my mouth and then my tongue sticks up on here. So it keeps my tongue from falling back in my throat, which is what the snoring and the sleep apnea comes from. So it's training my mouth and my sleeping so that I can sleep better at night. And I can sleep on my back. So I haven't slept on my back in years just because I know that's when kind of problems can happen for me. So I typically sleep on my side. So yeah, man, yeah, highly recommend the mouthpiece and that. And you can get it done for here. So I went to the Apple Dentistry in the ILM Mall, and they have they did the molds and all that stuff. So yeah, man, check it out, brother. Yeah, man, I'm still riding the bike around. So I'm up here in up in Naval and been riding the Philippines. We made Naval our base now for the past week or so. Honestly, the dating has been what's keeping us here. uh, dude, yeah, it's what's keeping us here. So yeah, we've been stuck in Naval now for a while, and it's just and Ormoc too. I mean, guys, when you get out of the city, it's a little bit, it's different. Too funny, man. Great question. You know what I like them both a lot. Ormoc's a little bit more modern, I feel, where you can yeah, I'd like Ormoc a little bit more just because it is a little bit bigger city. Well, a lot bigger city. I also like its proximity to Cebu. You can hop on a fast craft and be in Cebu in like 3 hours. I actually did that the other day. I just went home. I was able to go back and forth. I forgot a couple of chargers. So I like Ormoc with its convenience and a little more accessible, but I also like the nature of Naval and how beautiful it is here. So I really like both. But what I would see doing is living in Ormoc, which I probably would at some point, honestly, and then living in Ormoc and then spending, I mean, like at $10 a night for a hotel, I could spend a couple weeks up here, or get an apartment for like, whatever, $80 a month, and then alternate between Ormoc and Naval. So yeah, great question. Oops, I might have skipped one. Hold on. Pub Dub. I don't think that was the name of it. It might have been. There we go. I had to jump back. Yeah, my back is good for an hour and a half. Like my X-ray. Yeah. Dude, if you got, so that's why I kind of like the ADV, Honda ADV. The scooter would be okay, I think, with a little bit better suspension. But even just an adventure bike with a little bit better suspension would be, the Himalayan 450, I think, might be a really good all day in the saddle. The Honda new NX 500 might be another really super comfortable bike all day in the saddle. Congratulations, too. Yeah, I'm with you, man. Yep. It's funny when we get to this age, right? A lot of us, I think, are in that same boat. I've been sober now since March of 2015, and my life is just so different, right? And yeah, it's nothing actually I really talk about too much. Not that I'm whatever about it. I'm actually kind of more, it's surprising I haven't made any videos on that. It is a video that I have in my queue as far as like, so what I'll do is I've got a list of videos that I want to make, and one of them is sober living in the Philippines, because it's something that is there for me. And honestly, it's surprisingly easy. Like I said, too, I don't really feel like it's a drinking culture. And that could just be me, because I'm just so far removed from it. But yeah, no, you too, brother. You too. It's easy to rent a bike out there and travel between islands. Is it easy? How much are scooters and motorbikes per day? I don't think it's easy to necessarily do what you're describing. And that's kind of one of the reasons why I want to help people out in that area, especially motorcycles. I don't feel like it's an option at all for people to really do that. I got a gentleman on my community group who's looking to do this, and I've reached out to people. Nobody's saying anything. So if I had a couple of bikes that people can hop on and cruise around, I think it would be like full size. I think you can rent scooters. So Derek over at Q Adventures, he's got a bunch of scooters. He's located in Lapu-Lapu. So you can look up his Facebook or his YouTube channel, and then you could reach out to him. He's got scooters that he rents, and he doesn't care where you take them. So you could rent a scooter for him, and you could take it all over the Philippines. Really good guy too, by the way, Derek. Shout out to you, brother. But yeah, it's a little bit on the challenge side. So that's kind of why I was seeing a hole, and something I wanted to do is kind of offer that service, as well as let's do tours, right? Let's do this tour that we're on right now. Let's get a group of guys and let's just kind of, raise chaos all the way. In an easy, you get what I'm talking about, as much as 50-year-old dudes can. But yeah, your silent news. Oh yeah, from North Carolina. Naval is a great place to live. My parents live in Calaban. Yeah, it's across from. Yeah, tried to explore the town. I might have been there today or yesterday. I was over there meeting some friends along the east coast of the island and rode all the way over there. Just so beautiful. Love it, love it. Yeah, sleep machine sucks. It had too much work. Yes, yeah. The those machines I hear are just kind of a pain, right? You feel like you're an F-16 fighter pilot. I've heard the same thing. So I'm really trying to, go with a guard and see if I can, because it's actually supposed to be a solution eventually as you go through the stages of the mouth guard and kind of widen out your lower palate is what it's doing, as well as training your tongue to move forward. So it is a permanent solution. Yeah, stop by and have lunch. All right. That's great, man. All right. That's so cool, dude. How can you tell if the internet is good at a place? I need to go internet for my remote job. Okay. So what I do when I get to a place is I just go out and I do a speed test, right? I'll come out and I'll just do a speed test down there. And then that's how I know. And basically what you're looking for, if you're looking remote, you want at least 25 down. So that way you can stream, like you could do a web call with 25 down. And if you can have like 5, anything above 5 up should be sufficient. That would be kind of like your minimum. It's hard to find that though. So, I'll get into a place, I'll look at their internet, and if it's not good, maybe I'll stay there one night, but I'll move somewhere else, right? So that's kind of how I do it. You can also check the reviews and stuff. I use Agoda for a lot of my travel. But that's what I do. But just do a speed test when you get in, and just even ask them, call them, say, look, I need to do, I'm working remote. What kind of connectivity do you have? You gotta be careful because they might not be honest with you, right? Or it might not be everywhere. But if you plant that seed out there and say, look, I really need this kind of connectivity, then maybe they can move you to a room that has better connectivity than others. But it's really hit or miss, brother. I'm not gonna lie. It's very easy for me to not drink. I'm with you, brother. Yeah, I don't even think about it anymore. I really don't. And for me, I just know what my life was like Viking was saying. The blackouts and that kind of, that was just, I knew I had a problem when I was like, yeah, I'm not going to drink today. And then I would be drinking. Right. And then yeah, I look at my life. And honestly, what's really interesting, guys, I really feel like alcohol today is what like smoking and tobacco was in the 30s and 40s, right? Especially in the United States. It's just so socially accepted and part of the culture and the fabric. It's really interesting to me as a sober guy now for, almost 10 years that how socially acceptable that is. And I really feel eventually there'll be a shift, like smoking and tobacco, right? Was a shift around that. But I'm with you, man. I and filling myself up with a depressant, a poison, and then wondering why I wasn't feeling good or not healthy. It's just, my life is so different. There's 2 things in my life that I say that have made the biggest difference. And one is being sober, and 2 is moving to the Philippines. Both of those are the biggest things that I've ever done for myself. The life-changing and positive, right? I'm with you. Yeah, really cool. What a great conversation. Sober is the way to go. I have 3 years until June, leave for the Philippines in August. You ever meet up with Phil Big? I have not met up with that person, no. He's an eccentric all-English guy. I met a lot of those guys. I might have met him. There's so many great dudes that, made the video about dating in the Philippines. But honestly, the Ayala Mall is a great place to meet dudes, man. I've had so much fun just sitting there, chilling out, chatting with the guys. It's just been hilarious. Really just care. And we all have these kind of same things in common. We're all, 50 and older. And usually I'm kind of the young guy at 50. So usually the guys in their 50s or 60s or whatever. And that's cool. I mean, I've got all older brothers. So I'm really kind of used to that dynamic and appreciate that dynamic, honestly. So it's been really fun connecting with the guys and just chatting. I dig it a lot. Yeah. Mike, what's up, man? He's alive. Did you miss me? Yes. Too fun, right? I know. I just haven't had it. It hasn't been good to do lives. I've been traveling and doing a lot of stuff. And so, yeah, shout out to you, Kevin. He was asking me about, hey, when are you going to do a live and that kind of deal. So I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll just do one at the top of the hour. I don't have a ton of time, but I'll just go ahead and hop on and try to do one quick. So yeah, that's how that came about. And I had good internet. That's been the other part, was we've been in kind of places with not so good internet. So I have not been able to do one. Yes, Green Apple Dentistry. Yes, that's where I got the mouth guard there in Ayala Mall, right at the bottom. Yeah, I highly recommend those guys, especially for this. They're very professional. Now, some of my Filipino friends said they're a little more expensive, but whatever. I mean, I did a teeth cleaning. I think that was 1,500 pesos for a cleaning. What is that here? Yeah, it's like 26 bucks. And I think that was also, yeah, that was also with x-rays. I don't remember. But yeah, 30 bucks, which, yeah, I mean, not bad to get a teeth cleaning, right? And the mouthpiece was also where I got that from. I have a house in Ormoc. Okay, cool. I also own land there, both on both sides across the street from elementary. It's 5 kilometers before you get to Leyte. Yeah, Leyte, coming from Naval. Been sober since. Yeah, good for you, brother. Yeah, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, so cool. Yeah, I'm surprised how much I really liked Leyte and Ormoc and this whole scene out here. I don't know if surprise is the right word, but it just really shocked me how much instantly I was like, I could live here, right there. And there's been some other cities too that were like that for me. Iloilo was one, but Ormoc for me is even more so. I really like the vibe and the convenience. 3 hours and you're in Cebu. I mean, super, super convenient. And it feels like, you know what, I kind of don't want to talk about Ormoc that much because I actually really, really like it and I'll probably see myself living there. And I don't want to piss people off. It's like, you vloggers are ruining these cities. But I really dig that area for a lot of reasons. Access to nature, close proximity to Cebu. Yeah, and then just that whole area. My one concern about probably living there would be like the rainy season. So, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, good stuff. Hey, Forrest. Yeah, always enjoy your content and positive outlook on life. I spent time. Hey, yeah. Now residing in Vegas. Awesome. Yeah, Colorado Springs is awesome. I used to do some work in the Springs, right? So the law firm I worked for, we had an office there in the Springs, and I would go down there once a week. I would go down the Springs and work. It was right there. I'm trying to remember that the only freaking 15-story building in Colorado Springs downtown there. So yeah, and I can't remember what floor we're on, but yeah. But yeah, I've done some work in Springs, and I also did a lot of work in Vegas. So the firm that I worked for, we had an office in Vegas. I think the old U.S. Bank building, or I can't remember. It was an old bank building there, and then we moved over to, crap, it's been forever ago now. But yeah, anyways, I did some work in Vegas there too. Yep, yeah. Vegas was fun. Wasn't a big Vegas guy, but it was fun. I enjoyed it. I was there. I used to go once a month for a week. I did that for a couple of years. So I spent a lot of time in Vegas too. My brother's down in Vegas, and yeah, I actually have I have a lot of friends and stuff down in Vegas. Yes, hey, I'm not. I think she does. Yes, I think she does. Yeah, I honestly, I haven't. I was hoping for something a little bit different with that dynamic, but it hasn't turned out, I think, the way either one of us would want. And I honestly, I just kind of disconnected from a lot of that because I felt like it was mainly a hate channel about me. So I would assume that she's doing stuff, but I don't follow at all. It's kind of like Jasper too, and a lot of that other kind of drama content or hate content. I just really kind of step away from that kind of stuff. It's not why I'm here, right? Yeah, I day trade and I have to have banking speed internet. Yes, daily. Yeah, I gotcha. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, you should be able to. So look, a lot of options. So if you're looking, what you could do is go to Cebu City, get a place in the business park or the IT park, and you'll have connectivity. You'll be fine because there's businesses around there, so they have to have that uptime. And then if you wanted to get a little more remote, what you could do is you go out and test those areas when you're here to see if you can get the connectivity and stuff. The key factors you want to look for is get a place that's got a generator, which places will in the business park and the IT park. But then when let's say you step out of, let's say you wanted to move to Ormoc, right? Look for a place that's got a generator, so that way if the power goes out, they have backup supply. And then for internet, what you could do when you get out is I think it's Starlink, the Elon Musk satellite system. That would be something you could do there as well. So lots of options. Get here. Probably start in the business park or IT park or Makati or BGC. Those would be other options, right? And then you would have that connectivity and uptime that you needed, and then use that as your base to explore other regions that you'd maybe want to live in. I retire this year and bring province. Yes, bring up home finally. Okay, cool. Yeah, You gonna retire this year and bring your province girl home? Yeah, good for you guys, man. Yeah, get home, man. Get home. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, that's the nice thing about being here is I really don't have any grasp of what's going on in the world. I really don't know. My day is about, finding out where I'm going to travel today and then seeing if I can date. It's not all about girls, but as I'm discovering here, it's just, yeah, it's a little bit of a headache. It's a lot of a headache, man, but they're good problems to have, right? So like this girl I'm dating, and I don't, it's like, is there a connection? Is there not a connection? I don't know. I don't know where I'm at. And granted, that is a great problem to have, especially when you look at life in the West and not dating at all. But it's still, yeah, it's just funny. It's funny. We can ride if you get a place in Naval. Oh I'm down, man. Yeah. And I don't mind being around. I'm at a place in my drinking where I really don't mind being around people who drink at all. Like, it doesn't bother me. I'll go to bars and hang out. I can have water and do whatever. I honestly feel it's more uncomfortable for them than it is for me, because they're like, oh, people get kind of weird about it. I'm like, guys, it's fine. I don't have a problem with the last thing I want to do is pick that up and drink it, just because I know I've been down that road. So, but yeah, I really don't mind being around that. I don't mind going out and partying and having fun. I've done it. We had Sinaloa that one year. We were out to like 2 a.m, man. And I've learned that I can have just as much fun hanging out and doing that stuff, if not more fun, when I'm not drinking. And what I'm trying to do though is make people feel comfortable around that. Because, like I said, they're the ones that are awkward about it, not so much me anymore. It's really funny. But yeah, I would love to, man. I'd love to go ride around and do all that. So I'm down, man. Only if we could have the money back. Yeah, I know, right? Oh my gosh. All that money back. Oh, it's so expensive, isn't it? Isn't it? And then that's the part that gets me as a sober guy now. I pay all this money for something that makes me sick, makes me feel horrible, makes me do stupid stuff, makes me not be a good person, right? It's just, why would I pay that for an actual depressant, and a poison and a toxin? It's just, once you start thinking about it that way, it's like, what the heck? Like I said, it's like, to me, it's like smoking and tobacco use in the 30s and 40s. Just, it was one of these things that just kind of everybody did. And then as we discovered more and more about the health risks and all that, we're like, oh, wait a second, this might not be something that we should really do all the time. Have you met some unsavory expats over there? The ones that ruin it for everyone else? Honestly, I have not. I've met, and some of that is I do run solo quite a bit. I mean, I'm running with Chad now, but I'm kind of a solo dude in a lot of ways. Like, I don't really hang out with a lot of people. The guys I meet that watch the channel, I mean, they're like us. They're like me. They're, we're similar. We're like-minded. And every guy that's shown up at the meetup that I've met, they're great guys, man. I've become friends like with almost all of them, because we do have a lot in common. We're just good dudes, just looking to chill in the Philippines. And but I can't think of. There's one guy that I met early on who watched my channel who was a little bit like, a little bit, but even he wasn't like a bad dude. But no, man, I really haven't. I haven't. And I think some of that is just my sober living and staying out of the environments where people who are kind of like prone to chaos and anger and upset, being out away from those areas. But I really haven't, man. I met just a bunch of good guys. I like Toothspace. Huh, yeah. Chris, during your travel, do you feel safe? Great question, Tom. What I do to travel on my scooter from Dipolog to General Santos, and then visiting the small towns, I have some concerns of safety. Well, Tom, I'm going to be doing that journey here in just a moment. Chad and I got caught up in Naval because we've met some, and we're getting ready to head down that way in a little bit. But yeah, I don't. So I think traveling solo, there need to be a little bit more. But with Chad and I riding together, I haven't had any concerns. Now, Naval itself, to me, when I first got here, Chad as well too, and maybe he planted that seed a little bit. It's not a super, hey, Joe, how are you kind of deal, right? So like when you're in some of these, like when I was on Camotes Island, riding around there, everyone was like, hey, Joe, like G.I. Joe kind of World War II thing. And I got a lot of that. So there's really friendly areas. I didn't get that here in Naval as much, but as I'm here and being around, people are more into kind of like saying hi and stuff. But I would say even Naval isn't the friendliest that I've been. But as far as safety, I haven't. I have heard some guys that I met recently talk about Tacloban, and they had felt that for the first time is they said they felt where it was just sketchy, right? But I think, Tom, if you bring with you your Western mindset, I really feel like most big cities in the West are much more dangerous than here in the Philippines. Um, if you bring that mentality with you, you'll be just fine. You'll be just fine. You know, just being that extra safe and cautious. Dude, I remember walking down 16th Street down in Denver and being like, this is shady, man. There's people coming up and just bad. It's where my wife and I met. So for our anniversary, we would go down and have dinner at the restaurant that we met at. And or not we met, but our first date, we go down there. And by the we were married for 10 years. By the end of that, I mean, like the 10th year, I was like, this is sketchy as crap. We should never come down here again. But if you bring that mindset with you, you know, people getting mugged and punched in the back of the head and all that kind of crazy. They don't really have that here. There's not a lot of violent crime. There's a lot of petty theft, but not a lot of violent crime. What is the age range of girls you would date? Brian, it's changed. It's really, really changed. Originally, I wouldn't date probably anyone under the age of probably 35 when I got here. But that's changed. I'm pretty flexible. I'm discovering that probably in the early 20s is as low as I really want to go, just from a maturity standpoint. I feel like girls potentially below that might not have that maturity level, as I've discovered hanging out with, you know, like the girls in the video, Rose and Lemmy. Lemmy is super sweet, but super young, right? But a sweet girl. I could never date her. But Rose, on the other hand, is super mature. So yeah, it just kind of depends. Honestly, I've kind of let a lot of that age thing go. And part of it too is just kind of I'm not going to lie, a little bit of the excitement of dating somebody younger. Yeah. And it's interesting. That is that's shifted for me as I've lived here. Because we as Westerners have a lot of this kind of date your age kind of deal. And it's not at all something that's here at all in this culture, not even close. There's a lot of, even within Filipinos, there is sometimes big age discrepancies or differences between the husband and wife. So it's just not something that's here as much. They look more towards like who you are as a person and what you're about than actually your age, which I find incredible. I really love that. So yeah, Brian, that's something that's shifting for me, and especially too as I've been a single guy over the past several months now, and dating. So, but I'm not gonna lie, there's this little bit of this like, oh crap, she's how old kind of thing, right? It's there for me, like crap. But then you know, and granted, these aren't people that I'm actually dating. These are just kind of like like Rose and Lemmy, right? Just hanging out with them. Nothing beyond that. But there's still a little bit of this, like, you know, I'm just nervous about it. And legal age girls, these are college girls, but still like nervous about it. I could even hear it in my speaking of it right now. Like there's this little bit of like, you know, being careful and not being perceived as a creepy dude kind of deal, right? I know Chad's been having some really concerns about that as well, because he put out that video. So we're worried about it, but it's interesting because how do I want to talk about this? Because I actually told Chad, I said, dude, you should do a live. You should get on and do a live and talk about it, because he's a great dude. He's a really good dude. He's, you know, he's not after kind of whatever, but yeah, it's a challenge. I'm having a hard time finding words to describe it as I'm talking about it. Am I still using dating apps in your trips? Yes. If so, how are your matches compared to Cebu? I'm still using dating apps, but I feel like, so the dating here is I feel if I was to live here, so much better than Cebu, so much better. And I think that goes kind of with any province town, but you got to get here. You got to hang out. The girls don't want you to just kind of, they don't want to date a tourist. They don't want to date a guy. And that's kind of the challenges that we're having, is in some ways we're tourists. They don't want to date a guy who's here for a week and then leaves. They want a boyfriend. They want a husband. They want a guy who's here. So, but if you get here, you plant yourself here and then go around, it's so much, dude. I was in Cebu City for 6 months, 6 months, and I hardly ever found a girl in that 6 months time. And granted, I wasn't really looking, but here I've been here 2 weeks, and I've got like probably 4 or 5 girls that are start really pursuing me. That is so different than Cebu. I mean, really different. Now in Cebu, what I discovered was get online, get on the dating apps, get in Facebook dating, get in Bumble, get in Tinder, get on the apps. And then as soon as I did that, boom, I started meeting girls all the time. So that's kind of how I would say that is it's more of an online. And here too, honestly, you can get online initially, but that dating pool is going to get evaporated really, really quickly, right? Really quickly. But yeah, it is great though. It really is, and it's great in the Philippines. I know that it's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but it is there, provided that you kind of use the tools, right? So if you're in a big city like Cebu and Manila, get online, man. Seriously, get online. That's how you're going to make those connections. In person is hard. There's also too a stigma about dating a foreigner, right? Even here in the province. So one of the girls that I've met here, she does not want to be seen with me at all, like around town. She just doesn't. She's like, hey, what if, let's go back to your hotel and watch movies. And I'm like, okay. I know that sounds horrible, but it's true, man. They would rather come back and watch movies in your hotel than kind of go walking around, because there's a little bit of a stigma with dating a foreigner. Now, if you date the girl for a while, that's going to go away, right? But that's the initial. So when you have to get through that. So what there is you can do some online dating to kind of get where you can meet them and talk with them. Because if you just approach some of these girls, they're already worried, like, oh, who's watching? Are my friends seeing this? Are people going to be talking about this, right? You're really, really interesting. Yeah. I worked on the list for going down in the mountain, like Breckenridge, Colorado. Oh, you work on the list for the Breckenridge. Yeah, man. Beautiful. Love Breckenridge. Absolutely gorgeous. I wasn't a big skier, I know, right? I lived in freaking Colorado for 20 years. Dude, you're going to get mad at me, right? I worked in Colorado for 20 years. I also worked in Aspen, and had a pass for the skiing there at, what was Mary Jane? I can't remember the slopes in, not Mary Jane. Anyways, I worked in Aspen and had a ski pass. I also work in Jackson Hole and had a ski pass there, but I never skied. Oh my gosh. People would ask me, they would just hate me. It's like, dude, what are you doing? So, I mean, Jackson Hole is, right, some of the best skiing in the world. And then Aspen, of course. Aspen, I guess, is all right. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, good for you, brother. I was more of a summer guy. That's really why I like the Philippines. I like this environment. I love the Philippines weather, and like I said, the warmer weather. On the Philippines weather, though, I do want to say this. I think people exaggerate the heat. I honestly feel it's hotter in the Southwest than it is here in this country after living here over a year now. I think Texas, Houston, that whole area, if you're from that area, dude, it's so much, it's better here weather-wise. Yeah. Mitch, dude, what's up, NASA? Thanks, brother. How's it going, man? Appreciate you. Thanks again for the care package and all that stuff you sent. Really appreciate that. Thanks, man. One of the things I've realized about recording myself is when I drink water, I raise my eyebrows. The quirky crap you realize when you start recording and yourself on camera. You can also get a battery backup system if you're in rural. Yeah, Hex. So guys will do battery backup, solar. They'll do generators. That just requires a little more of a home base, which I'll probably do eventually. I'll probably do at some point, right? But you're right. Yeah, generators, all that stuff. Dating, dude, I'm telling you, I'm about right there too. I'm like, is this really worth it? I just listen to Morton and just hop on my motorcycle and go ride. I'm with you, man. I'm with you. No, I just kind of, it's just hard to relax for me sometimes in that, right? Like that Western mindset of just, you know what, just kind of let it just come to you is what I can see what's there for me, and not try to, not just let it come to you. I mean, there's just so many options here for us. There really are, that, but it's, I feel like gosh, I've been here a year and a half now, or just over, I'm a year and a half. And I look at the success of other men, and I know we shouldn't compare each other to others. And, but I just see, it's like, man, I see these guys and it's like, oh yeah, that would be great. And I just got to be patient. I just got to be patient. But I also too, I can't be like, I need to be in action, right? There's steps to take. There's things to be doing. Just not like, oh, it'll happen someday and I pie in the sky, right? There are some things that I really want to do to kind of be consistent with that, right? To find a partner and stuff. So yeah, I know, but it's also too, like, it kind of reminds me of like my 20s. It's like there's just juggling and all this, yeah, lot going on. Always love the positive attitude. Why is the I have no idea. I stopped watching. Like I said, I stopped watching all that stuff. I have no idea. Occasionally, every now and then, someone will be talking about, hey, this guy's whatever. It's like, whatever. I moved here to escape chaos and crazy. That's why I moved to the Philippines, is to get away from the politics, to get away from all the stuff that was just driving me batty, and surround myself with happy, healthy people. Now, obviously that stuff is still out there, and if people are doing that, they're doing that. I wish them the best. I really do. I don't wish any hate on anybody, Joe or Jasper or anybody who's out there, but to me, I don't want to kind of be around any of that stuff. I just want to, it's such a beautiful, loving place here, and lovely people and a lovely environment. And that's kind of what I want to surround myself with, right? I have a tendency to kind of take on what's around me, and being around chaos and crazy just kind of makes me a little bit cuckoo, right? Yeah, all girls make. Oop, my internet might have just bounced. But anyways, all girls gonna make you my neighbor. They might, man. I'm telling you, they might. Oh, it's crazy. I don't know if my internet just dropped, but looks like I'm all right. I've chatted with Britt. Yeah, yeah. Let me just check a couple things here. I chatted with Britt here and there, but the more I talk to him, the more excited I'm gonna get there in August. Yeah, Britt is he's having fun. He's having fun, but he's also a ball of energy and got a lot going on. But yeah, he's doing all right. He's doing all right. That's great. Hey Chris, do you think AI will negatively affect the job market for call centers? Oh yeah, it's interesting. I think a little bit of this all AI stuff is a little bit like kind of the Y2K, right? I don't know if anyone remembers that, where they're talking about the crash and year 2000 and all the computers are going to go whatever. I mean, I think it's going to be like, yeah, it's going to change a lot of industries in some ways. Legal industry. I know I worked in the legal industry, right? They've been talking about this for decades, but I don't know. I feel like they're just tools that people will start to use and develop, and there'll be more jobs, because of that, right? I mean, think about the car industry, and when horses replaced by cars, kind of deal. So, but then you have auto mechanics that became out of that. So I feel like that will happen, right? There'll just be this transition of jobs that'll come out from one. So there'll be some shift and stuff. So maybe some jobs will go away, but other ones will pop up that we don't even know about. I think just being in the flow of it, and just kind of moving around a little bit. I worked in a call center and whatever in the 90s, and that's kind of how I got my in IT. Is I worked in a call center with a hard drive manufacturer. So I get it. I know the work. It could. I mean, but that's kind of been automated call services has been around for decades too, right? So, yeah, yeah. We use the condos in Cebu as our home base. Yes, yeah. Traveling through Southeast Asia. Yep, absolutely. Yeah, no, it's great. Great plan. Yeah, great plan, Mitch. 738, 754, a little bit behind. Can you just a scooter? Yeah, El Guapo, you could try the Honda ADV 160. You could try that. You could try the NMAX. Those are some big scooters. If not, you might want to just look for a full-size bike, brother. You might just want to look for, either the NX 500 or the Himalayan 450. So I would look at 4 bikes. I would look at the Honda ADV 160, which is a scooter. I would look at the NMAX by Yamaha, which is a scooter. And then for motorcycles, I would look at they just changed the model this year. It's called the Honda NX 500 or the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450. Those would be the 4 machines I would look at, right? Yeah, great question. If I had all the money I spent on drinking, chasing women, etc., I'm 90% of everything I made. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Yes. Thank you, brother. Thanks, Mitch. Papa, or thank you. Salamat kayo. Yeah. It's funny too. I'm teaching Chad a lot more of Bisaya because he's seeing it as we're hanging out. He's like, dude, you speak some of the local language. I said, dude, it's important. So guys, learn a couple of words. Figure out where you're probably going to live. If you're going to learn, like where I'm at in this region, in the Visayas, although actually right now they speak Waray. But for me, since I'm primarily in Cebu, I've learned Cebuano or Bisaya. But if you're going to be in Manila area, Luzon, they speak Tagalog. But it's really important for us to learn, whatever, 10 words, right? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, thank you very much. If you could just say a couple of things, man, it makes such a big difference, right? Can you make some videos on dating stuff? Yeah, I could do a little bit of that. I've done some stuff recently on that, Rich. I've done 2 videos. I've done a video on dating apps, and I've done a video just kind of on like my failures and that kind of thing, right? I think that the biggest mistake, Rich, that I was making that I see other guys make is hanging out in areas where there's a lot of other foreigners. Dude, that is the biggest mistake that we make. If you can just get out of those bubbles, get out of that area. Like, look, if you see 4 other foreigners, you are not in a good place to meet a Filipina for many reasons. There's a good chance that whatever Filipina you meet there is hunting you, right? So that is the number one thing that I see all of us make the mistake. Just get out of those areas. And you don't have to go to a dang different island. Just get 15 minutes. You're in the Isle Mall. Go out somewhere else, and you're gonna meet people who aren't there hunting you. Go to those areas where there's a lot of other foreigners to meet other foreigners. But yeah, no, I've done a couple of things. But that, man, if I give somebody one piece of advice on dating, it's that: get out of the areas where there's a lot of other guys, and they'd be so much better off. And then if you're struggling like I was, get online, right? Like if after a couple months or so you haven't met anyone, you're not dating anyone, get online. Try Facebook dating, although it's a pain in the butt to get set up with the location mismatch stuff. Get Facebook dating set up, and then try Tinder. Try a couple of all those other apps, and man, you're going to start meeting left and right. I spent Easter with 50 plus Catholic alcoholics in an open bar. We just to drink coffee. And watch them act stupid. Yes, 50 plus alcoholics. Yeah, at an open bar. I hear you, man. I sit there and I watch sometimes like, oh, and I try to talk to some people too about that and my experiences with that, and just to be like, I don't want to, I have to be careful, right? But yeah, I hear you, man. I'm so glad to be sober. I am just so glad. You didn't seem happy at the Marco Polo spot. How important location logistics choosing a condo? Yeah, I visited Marco Polo, but I didn't stay there. Yeah, I mean, I think dude, when you first get here, it's not super important. Just kind of get your feet here, get landed, and then, whatever, sign a 3-month lease, 6 months lease, and then use that time to really nail down where you want to be. Especially if you just get to the city, right? Like if you're getting to Cebu, just get in Cebu. I like Selenia. Selenia was a great place, right in the business park. In my community tab, if you got to scroll down a ways, right? But there's a guy named Ram. You can reach out to him. But I just ask, if you're going to use him, don't use him for short-term stuff. 6 months would be the minimum. I just use him because he gets paid on how long that lease is. And, if he gets hundreds of contacts and people are only using him for a month, then I'd kind of feel bad in that regard. But anyways, pick a city, get to the city, and then you can fine tune where you want to be at, right? I wouldn't worry about planning routes right away, but, get a decent place, of course. What Gio used to say, and Enrique and those guys too, and I agree, is get an Airbnb for a month and then look around. But I'll tell you right now, Selenia is great for, a couple months or whatever. You'll be fine there. And that's right. The place that Brit's at, what's that, 38 Park Place? That's brand new. It's great. Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of them that are around there that are just fine. Yeah. Tacloban, yes, the big typhoon in Tacloban. Yeah. Let's see, just tell me Rumble. Let's just end this. Yeah. I've noticed regards to being less outgoing there. That's really interesting. Yeah, you might be onto something, right? How far am I behind? 15 minutes? Okay. Yeah, you might be onto something there. Yeah, no, right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I think you're probably right. There's just kind of this overall, yeah. I have met Scott. I have met Scott. I've seen him a couple times now. We've hung out in the area. Like we've been kind of running all over the place. But yeah, we talked about doing a video, but we'll see. It's interesting. He's different. The more I get to know him, he's a good guy. He's a good guy. He's not yeah, he's like I don't want to feel like I blow his cover at all, or I'm not. Yeah, he's a good guy. I enjoy hanging out with him. I was gonna say he's putting on. I think with his videos, he gets in a little bit of a character, right? Yeah, that's what I was just gonna say about that, which I think's fun to say. I generally agree. Maturity, values, beliefs, personality, character, skills, etc., are far more important than age. Yes, although a guy over 50, I'm not sure about dating college girls. Dude, I'm telling you, it's an adjustment. It was an adjustment for me. It still is. It's something that I hold on to. But yeah, I get it, man. I get it, and I just get here, and then the problem is the bulk of the dating pool is in the 20s and 30s. I mean, that's what's online. That's what's there. So, but get here. It's different. It's a different dynamic here, and I understand from the West how it looks, but you just have to understand it's one of those cultural differences that is here, right? 50-year-old. All right. Yes, I don't know about gross, but it is different. My wife and I wants to watch Netflix and chill. Yes. Uh, Philippines, Dumaguete. Yes. How's it going? How's it going? I guess I'm pretty far behind in comments, huh? My thoughts on age gap, as long as they are 18 and over, both get along, it doesn't matter. It doesn't, but people like to kind of judge and get in the middle of it, right? And that's one of the things, too, I notice about Westerners versus Filipinos is Westerners, we're very judgy. We are so judgy about other people's lives and experiences and what they're doing. Like we'll project our values onto their like world and dynamic, and it's just so wild. I can really tell when a Westerner comments versus a Filipino in my channel because of that dynamic right there. Filipinos are more about, hey, just live your life, whatever, whatever. As long as people aren't getting hurt, who cares? Westerners put all this judgment out there. It's really fascinating, really fascinating. And by the way, that's one of the things I just love about being here. It's just, yeah, what do they say? Bahala nasi Batman. Yeah. I love that, dude. I love that. Great conversation, Chris, about dating, your feelings and age gaps. I finally got over it. I shared the US. Yes. Yeah. I shed the US. It's just, dude, it's crazy, man. And it's on everything. It's not even on dating. It's on wearing a motorcycle helmet. It's on all of it, right? It's gentlemen, when you get here, it is so freeing to kind of let go of all of that and just freaking go, man. Just live your life. Go. It's just so I can't tell you how big that is for me and being here and just kind of like, wow, it's just so freeing. I felt like I'm just when I look at it now, going like the thought of moving back there, living back there, just so suppressing. So suppressing. Yeah, really interesting. Really, really interesting. Yes, I totally agree. I'm not what I'm looking for at all. Yep. Yeah. 18-year-old females join the military and work as nurses. Yeah, it just depends, man. Like I said, I've met girls here that are super mature, and I've met girls that are super not, right? And just you can't really put an age on it. It's really just kind of whatever. Yeah, slow down. Yes, so true. And it's hard, right? I think it's one of those things, a lot like riding a bicycle. It's hard to explain someone the concept of balance. It is. It's just one of those things that you have to experience. You have to live to kind of get. And then, yeah, we can talk all day about slowing down and get here and doing that. But then until you're actually here, it's like, okay, yeah, that's, for me, even still, it's just, and I could see it like when I catch guys fresh off the boat, because I see them all the time, I can see, all right, even like Brit, right? Brit, you're going to see like, ooh, he's gonna like kind of slow down and kind of ease into it. But yeah, no, it's right on, Hex. I mentioned this since I see expats on YouTube hanging out with college girls. Yeah, I get it, dude. I know, and I get it. I understand. And that Western mindset towards that is there. I understand. I do get it. You know, I have a 17-year-old daughter. I do, you know, and that's another thing I think. Every man should raise a daughter. You know, I do think that because it does give you a different perspective. But, you know, as I'm hanging out with these girls, you know, and they're super mature and they're fun, we're having a good time, you know, whichever. I mean, I judge that more than I look at, you know, how old they are, as long as it, you know, within reason. And my within reason has changed dramatically since I've lived here. Okay, I got an AP. Yeah. No, thanks for being here. Thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. You also need to make connections, decision based, to be in a formal relationship. That's what I think about as a 61. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. You know, and that is a great point, TextPat, is, you know, is this just a casual, are we just traveling around together, right? Or are we just hanging out? Is this relationship, where is it going? Having those mature conversations right away is critical. It's key. Absolutely. I'm with you. Yep, absolutely with you. There are very few instances where a 15-year-old and they get along in a healthy relationship. Okay. Yep. But that's kind of what we're talking about. What are we up to? Are we just hanging out for a couple weeks? You know, are we doing some of these things together? Are we going out to some of these resorts and hanging out? Is anyone really going into it as for a marriage? Probably not, right? Probably not, right? And is there anything wrong with casually dating? I don't know. These are great questions, and not really ones that I have, but it's interesting. Yeah, but I'm with you. Yeah, as far as like a marriage, sure. But if you're hanging out and just, you know, doing whatever, like island hopping or going around, you know, as long as both people are aware of kind of where they're at and what they're up to, you know. Most are kind of like Bianca and Mike relationship. Yeah, I have watched them a little bit. I do know obviously who they are. Yep. Yeah. Yep. When what Jon Stewart video talking about AI? Okay, yeah, I'll have to check that out. Jon Stewart's video on AI. Okay. What do you think about a 65-year-old living at $2,000 a month in Cebu City? It's not bad. It's not bad. I think you would be better off in a little bit of a smaller town, and you would be 2,000 isn't bad. It's not bad. Is it great? No. Is it spectacular? No. Especially in Cebu. I think you'd want to get a little bit of a cheaper. Hold on one second. Hey man, period. I'm doing a live right now, but I can be there in a half hour at 8:30. All right, Chad. So 6 years, yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. But I think like 2,000 a month here, 2,000 a month in Ormoc, 2,000 a month in like maybe Iloilo or something like that, dude, you go a long way. And 2,000 is okay. Use that as a base and be just really conservative with your money right away. The problem with 2,000, Scott, is with a girl. Now that's where you get a little bit in that gray area where 2,000 might not be enough. So, but if you take that budget and you go somewhere else, like here, right, dude, I can get a place here for 8,000 pesos. What did we say that was? What's 8,000? That's 150 bucks. I can get a 2-bedroom apartment for 150 bucks. Now you got a ton more play with that 2,000, especially when you're talking about a girlfriend. That's where 2,000 for a solo guy in Cebu, probably not a problem. 2,000 with a girlfriend, a little bit, and 2,000 with a wrong girlfriend, you're in trouble. You're in big trouble, right? But 2,000 with a good girlfriend who knows how to save money and that kind of deal, yeah, man, you'd be okay. I prefer older. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Yep. Yeah. No, I'm with you. And maybe, yeah, I'm with you. Yep. Maybe I'm in a little bit of a running amok phase. Is if people who I don't know. I'm not. Honestly, I mean, I'm dating, but I'm not kind of dating, if that makes sense. But yeah. I wish I was like full on dating, but I'm not. It's so funny, man. I dance around that topic a little bit just because it's got such a charge to it, doesn't it? Oof. That's the other. Was Westerners we're not very free in that area of like dating and relationships and intimacy conversations. We're just not, right? We're not. We're so judgy and that kind of deal. It's really hard. The reason I ask about call centers is because if there are few jobs, I will figure out be more available women in Cebu. Oh, okay, all right. I figure there'll be more available. Well, yeah, I don't know. Like if the call center jobs went away in Cebu, the girls would probably go away. They just probably go back to their homes, right? Because a lot of those girls are province girls. So, but look, there are just so many girls here. The problem is getting connected with them. That's honestly the problem. Is really just kind of finding and getting connected with them. But there are so many girls that are interested in dating you. But getting through that initial shyness, getting to just even interact with them is a challenge. Yeah. How are you surviving over there? Do you have a pension, savings, or both? So I'm 53. Right now, I'm living on investments. I got really lucky with some really good investments. Right in 2020 when the market crashed, I kind of went through. I was going through a divorce right then, and I sold my house, and I put a bunch of money in the market. Late March, like when the market was like that, and then, dude, it's like I'm up 100%. So that's kind of why I'm able to do what I'm doing right now is because of those really lucky investments. Oh, looks like I'm gonna have Wi-Fi. Okay. Anyways, so that's kind of what I'm living on is just saving. Sold my house, divorced. I was, I had a premarital. So I kind of, the divorce cost me, but it didn't really cost me as much as a lot of guys. So I just kind of living off of that kind of stuff right now until I get 59 and a half, where I have access to the bulk of my assets, which is my 401k. So, and then, yeah, so that's kind of how I'm living right now. I do need to be careful between now and 59 and a half. Like I'm close, right? So I got 6 years. So, yeah, but once I get to 59 and a half, I'm fine. Between that and Social Security. El Guapo at 6'5". Probably need to, yeah. That's a big dude, man. Yeah, that's a big dude. Hey, Benny, what's up? ¿Cómo está acá? Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm good. Chris, I agree with you. That must be so freeing not to judge and really have a complete open mind on everything. It is. It is, man. And honestly, just being around happy people. Now, look, I think Filipinos are super judgy people too, but just because I'm honestly by myself a lot, right? Like I'm in this country with a lot of other people, but I'm also alone in it, right? I mean, if that makes sense. But yeah, you can. It's just a different but how they would. So here's how a Filipino would judge this dating dynamic, right? So let's say you're with a whatever 18-year-old girl, they would judge you based on class. So if they don't judge because of the age, they judge on the class. So if she comes from a different like a poverty level, man, they are super judging you, like major. But if she is like from a middle class or even like kind of a whatever kind of class range, then it's okay. It has nothing to do with the age. It has everything to do with the class. It's a very what do you say, higher? Not as bad as Korea or like Japan, I think. But there is a little bit of Filipinos. They really try to date within their class. I might be having some connectivity issues here. We'll see. Yeah, might have some connectivity, which is fine. I got about 15 more minutes before I need to meet Chad. Every person is different. Yeah, budget. Yeah, yeah. It's 2000 isn't bad. The problem you'll be with a girl though, that can get you. Yeah. I believe that if two dolphins, yeah, man, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They are, aren't they? Man, I am in a country of women that I am like mostly attracted to, like just beautiful and sweet, kind, loving. Now, is that everybody? Absolutely not. But the bulk of the country is unbelievable, and not only physically beautiful, just in their heart and their core, are just so sweet, so loving and kind. That's actually a video that I'll be making. I can't remember the title of it. Like the Philippines, I've never been loved and hated so much in dating, or something like that. Chris, keep dating those Filipinos. Yeah, you're missing nothing here in the West. Yeah, trust me. Yeah, man. Yeah, I know. It's. So when I was at that waterfall, I was having to pinch myself. I'm like, what? I'm driving around on a motorcycle. I have two beautiful women with me, and I'm in this beautiful scene and country. I'm like, man, Yeah, it's just it's great. Hey, Chris, the other women in the Philippines, do you miss the, do I, oh, other than the women, do I miss? I don't. I was done, man, and I felt like I was just done. I needed a place that was friendlier. I needed really, honestly, I needed to escape a lot of, for me, what I like from the toxic culture for me. I just couldn't deal with it. I was done with it, and I'm glad to be here. I really am. I can't think of really anything major that I miss. I miss Smash Burger. I miss the food. I miss the food. Yeah, a bit. I miss the food, but I think we can fix that with like a good partner who cooks. And I want to cook with her, right? Like it wouldn't want. I don't want a slave wife, but but cooking. I've always kind of been a bachelor a lot of my life. Even when I was married, my wife never cooked. Um, but having a wife that cooks, or hiring somebody, I think is a good solution for a lot of the food stuff, because then you can shop at the markets and stuff like that. Yeah, but I don't miss that. Like that's the other part. When you're dating someone that young, you kind of feel a lot more youthful in that. Dude, I'm dancing, I'm doing TikToks. I mean, come on, man. You know, it's yeah, it's great. It's great. I love they feel like as long as anyone can stand. Yeah, yeah, man. That's right, dude. It is so true. I mean, it's not that I don't care what people think, but in some ways, I don't care about the judgment. I really don't, man. People are going to think what they're going to think. They really are. And who am I to try to control what they're thinking? To me, that's just the same thing they're doing. So I just like, you know what? They can think that if they want. That's okay. And that's not, for me, my occurrence, or that's not my experience. But yeah, it's just funny. Yeah, man. I will, Mitch. I'm seeing him here in about 15 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, brother. I really do appreciate you. Yeah. Speaking of relationships, have you met Greg and Linda? Very young. I have not. I have not met them. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I haven't met those guys. Open to what comes, but not searching. Yeah, no, dude. I think that's a great strategy. That's a great strategy, honestly. It's one that I'm. Yeah, I really like that, man. Find yourself, find yourself a baby May. Yeah, you can live on a. Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, yep, yep. Yeah, no, just great community, isn't it, gentlemen? Great community. It's funny how some guys justify dating. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't necessarily know if it's justification. I'm just having fun in life, man. I'm just having fun. The Philippines is a great country. I've been there since 1991. My only concern is medical. You look like you're in good health. Yeah, Brian, that was one of the reasons why I came out here. Is I'm still kind of young and enjoying life, but there are some medical. There's a couple of big hospitals. They call them the Chinese hospital, the Changhua or something. They're supposed to be like Western standards health. Yeah, and um, Manila's got St. Luke's Hospital, which is supposed to be world class. I do miss my daughter a ton. I miss my son. My daughter is just, she and I are super close, and it's been a little bit hard, I think, for both of us. But when I was looking at coming over here, we we had a pretty much a digital relationship then. We didn't see her much. I'm not her biological father. I'm her stepdad, and I've been her dad since she was in diapers, though. So we are super close. But yeah, it was pretty much a digital relationship after the divorce. But it's been hard. It has. It's been hard for both of us. But what I feel is that once she gets out of school, so I'm gonna go back there for her graduation, and then, but after that, maybe even this summer, my ex-wife, will come out here and spend some time this summer. And then the plan is maybe for her to go to nursing school, my daughter to go to nursing school when she graduates. But yeah, it's been hard. It has. Not gonna lie. I'm a Canadian in Japan. Women get married so young here. Otherwise, they leave for employment. Big cities. I think that's the thing that people don't understand is there's major cultural differences, which is great. I mean, that's why I'm here, right? To kind of experience and explore some of those cultural differences. If it was just like the United States, why be here? And the dating is an aspect of that. And so, yeah, all right. So the dating pool in Japan is very limited. Okay, all right, got it. I'm hearing a lot about Malaysia too, and Indonesia. A lot of guys, and Vietnam, or there's a lot of talk about that. Yeah. Mr. Torque. It's got set up. You're ready to pull the trigger and see Boo. Yep. Yeah. Get an Airbnb. You can get an Airbnb. Yeah. You get an Airbnb. Yeah. Absolutely. 3 months or a month. Oh, we got through all the comments. Okay. Cool. Yeah. I agree. Or just even a month. Or yeah. 3 months would be a safe bet. But you could do. I found a place. Britt struggled a little bit. It took me a couple weeks too. It took me a couple weeks. It took Britt a couple weeks to find a place. But yeah. 5-star. Yeah. Avi, dude, what's up, man? Dude, you're in Da Nang. Oh, man. Yeah, good for you. Safe travels there, man. Hope all is good in Da Nang. I still want to go to Da Nang. I want to check it out. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, nice meeting you too, man. Hope things are well. Yeah. You know what, guys? I think I'm through the comments. I'm gonna go meet Chad at the Jollibee, and then we're gonna go. We're talking about the deal. We have kind of some logistics to work through, but I'm gonna meet up with him, and then we're gonna head out. So I just wanted to do a quick live here. Melville Garden Flats, $275 a month, completely furnished. Not a bad deal, man. There are some deals. There are some deals for sure. All right, guys, I'm through the comments. I'm gonna bolt here. Really appreciate everyone being here. Really kind of impromptu live, and yeah, man. Yeah. Thanks, Jay. And Bean, we'll see you guys. Thanks.